You know, I literally realized during editing that all three of our top options were pretty much in the same sector. The importance of diversifying your portfolio. Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Foxtail Digital coming to you again with Black Girl Stocks. So this is just an update of what's been going on with the top 3 option plays that we were looking into for this week. First, wait, if you haven't watched that video yet, pause this video and make sure you go and watch that, check that out. I'm gonna leave it in the link below somewhere, okay? We were talking about Blackstone, Apollo Global Management, and Bank of America. So those are the 3 stocks we were talking about to trade options with. But first, if this is your first time watching this video, please make sure that you click that thumbs up button. It really helps the channel. Also subscribe and click that notification bell so that you get notified anytime I upload a new video for you guys. This is just kind of random, but I think my main Instagram page is blocked or disabled or something right now. So just for right now, follow my design page. It's at Foxtail_digital. Everything else is still gonna be team_Foxtail for now. All right, so the first stock that we were looking at is Blackstone, that's BX. Just with the successful earnings report that they had last Thursday, and then on top of that, how the business is growing with all of the successful ventures that Blackstone has been getting into, like real estate, private equities, hedge fund solutions, and you know, just hands all in the pot. We were watching this when it was at 137.63. And we were overall bullish on the stock, 1, because of it being in such a strong uptrend, and then 2, this is the 4th earnings that had outstanding earnings numbers. It's looking pretty good for the stock. Monday, the stock was up 2.5%, peaking at $141. It continued with that same uptrend on Tuesday, touching $143, but then it started to taper off towards market close, and then into Wednesday, well today, at the time of this recording, it is now $137.41. I mean, one could assume it's healthy for a stock to have, you know, a pullback during a strong uptrend. People are going to take profits. The stock cools down, and then we come back and reassess if this is a correction or is this a trend reversal. Correction being somewhere around 10% or less, and obviously a trend reversal is going to be more than 10% drop. So just a few updates with BX. So they're actually going through some leadership changes right now. On Monday, after 17 years, the co-head of Blackstone's billion-dollar hedge fund unit actually is leaving the firm. So anytime a senior executive leaves the company, you know, there's going to be some questions, interest. That's normal. But a good amount of other executives have been leaving Blackstone recently. And that's kind of a good cause for some, you know, some side eye. You know, people want to know what's going on. And it can cause a lot of unease for investors. Unease means uncertainty. Uncertainty could mean price drops in the stock. But of course, Blackstone ensures its clients and investors that it's still focused on preserving capital and more company growth, clearly. But personal stuff aside, Blackstone still has analysts raising their earnings estimates. That's a very bullish outlook. And we're very close to our 52-week high right now of 143. The stock is still making great moves in the real estate works. Random commented the other day that Blackstone's buying all the real estate, and they are, okay? So they actually acquired Realogy Holdings Corp earlier this year, and they started the Reassure Technology project. So with this, they're using iBuy systems. They're competing with big names like Zillow, Open Door, and other companies like that to make it easier for people to sell their homes. You know, as easy as, you know, just using your cell phone. So, I mean, they still have a lot in store going forward. Finishing up the week, let's just see if we continue to see higher highs and higher lows with BX. And is this a current low that we're in right now? So next was APO, that's Apollo Global Management, and we were looking at this around 79.72. And we were also bullish on this stock. So at the time of this recording, APO dropped 2.3% down to 77.89 starting on Monday. Pre-market did really well, you know, rallying close to $81, but then it kind of started to taper off, and we didn't see too much, you know, too much movement until it took off an hour after market open on Tuesday, but then again it kind of started to taper off into today, Wednesday, and we had even more loss. And this is why a lot of times with trades, I'm completely comfortable with taking profits quick, you know, 20, 30, 40%, I'm out. And if it's still moving pretty well after that, then I'll decide whether or not I want to get in again, or if I'm just gonna wait. That's just kind of one thing to think about. Take your profits quick, because you'll see with these stocks, you know, they do have fast moves with higher volume. APO actually has an earnings report coming up next week, so that could increase investor interest. They have a good track record of earnings, surprises, and wins, and they also have good price movement. An EMA crossover, it looks like it's starting to form on the 4-hour 180-day chart. And the same with the MACD indicator. So if you still have a position open with this play, let's see what happens going into next week. And last was our favorite national bank, BAC, that's Bank of America. Now, we were looking at this on Sunday when it was 47.57, and again, we were bullish because of the overall uptrend that the stock is in, high volume, and another nice earnings beat that they just had. Now, at the time of this recording, Bank of America dropped 0.46% down to 47.35. Monday's prices dropped a little bit, but Tuesday was a strong run up to 48.43. Then it started to drop before lunch, and then it continued with that downtrend into today. If you look at the MACD indicator, we're kind of starting to see some movement below the center line. Now, that could be a possible sign of future movement downward. Not set in stone, but it could be an indication of that. Now, some possible catalysts of uncertainty in the financial sector in general are talks of inflation. Twitter and Square's CEO Jack Dorsey tweeted a warning about hyperinflation. Hyperinflation is pretty much just an extreme rise in prices in a short period of time. Right now, oil prices are on their way to $100 a barrel. Chipotle's raising prices to balance out the labor inflation. Actual economists are responding to this. They disagree with Jack. George Mason University professor Lawrence White says, you know, what's happening right now is actually higher inflation, not hyperinflation. As a whole, we're having inflation worries, debt worries, even with amazing earnings season. You know, a lot of wins, companies are reporting higher earnings, we still have widespread doubt. Let's just kind of continue and monitor these stocks and see where we go into next week. Is this an actual trend reversal, or is it just a cool down and a correction of the strong uptrend that we have had with these three stocks? So we'll just kind of keep an eye on that. Make sure you have stop losses in play. Like I said, we have some crossovers starting to form, and you know, we just want to, you know, protect our bases. There's nothing wrong with that. Make sure you guys check out this video. It's all about questions that most of you guys ask. So, you know, we have a 2-part Q&A series where I just answer questions. It's informative, it's exciting. So make sure you check that out, okay?